So what are the things that need to be met in order for the employer to label the confined space permit required? Number one, if it has a hazardous atmosphere. If the confined space we're discussing, if it has a hazardous atmosphere, then it becomes a permit required confined space. What does it mean to have a hazardous atmosphere? So if it contains or has the potential to contain a hazardous atmosphere, so even if there is a slightest possibility, then it is a permit required confined space. If it has an engulfment hazard, if it contains material, either solid or liquid, that has the potential to be an engulfment hazard for the entrant in the space. Just like we discussed last night, we have gaseous or gaseous hazards, and we have solid or liquid hazards. The gaseous hazards, these are atmospheric hazards, and they're dangerous to life and health in terms of they're bad to your health. So they will damage your internal organs or the internal parts of your body, or cause you to die. Now, that is a health hazard. Now we will talk about physical hazards that can actually kill you. So they are safety and health hazards. So if there is an engulfment hazard inside the confined space, basically anything solid that can bury you, or anything liquid in which you can drown. So if it has oil, if it has chemicals, if it has water, if it has any kind of lubrication in liquid form, then there is a chance for engulfment. If it has any solids, for example, sand, cement, grains, or any other sort of solids, and there's a potential, not even you don't even have to be certain that it will drown you or engulf you. Even if there is the smallest possibility that it will drown you or bury you, then it is a permit required confined space. So once again, the first point to be met is if it has a hazardous atmosphere. The second one is if it has engulfment hazards. The third one is if it has an internal configuration that is designed with the internal configuration with walls that converge inward, or floors that slope downward and taper into a smaller area, which could trap or asphyxiate an entrant. Now, if you look at these icons I have added to this presentation, imagine if this is the confined space where you would work, and you see how it's tapered, and it's, as it goes down. If you go down here, you will be trapped. If the walls converge inwards, then there is a chance for you to be trapped. If the area in the bottom or in the depth, and not necessarily in the bottom, in the depth of the confined space, if it has any chance of trapping you, then it meets this point, and it is a permit required confined space. So designed with internal configuration, with walls that converge inwards, or floors that slope downward and taper into a smaller area, which could trap or asphyxiate an entrant. Now, the fourth point is more general, really. It is more general. So the fourth point is other hazards. If the confined space contains any other recognized serious safety or health hazards, such as unguarded machinery, exposed live wires, or heat stress. So imagine this part of the machine right here. Inside the confined space, it may not have any guards. So if it doesn't have any guards, what can happen? You can easily, you know, be drawn into it. So your hand can be trapped inside it. It's a crush point or it's a pinch point. Your clothes can be dragged into it, and you will have problems if your hand is caught in here, or if you have exposed cables. So all of these hazards and others, these hazards and others, if they have, if they are available inside the confined space, then it is a permit required confined space. I hope this explains what is meant by a permit required confined space. So once again, atmospheric hazard, engulfment hazards, internal configuration that could trap the employee or asphyxiate them, and other hazards.